Breaking news.
1. Italy has banned cricket flour for cooking pizza and pasta. This is to protect the recipes of the Mediterranean diet. In addition, all products containing insects will have to be much more clearly labeled in Italy than required by the European Union. 2. A Florida teacher was expelled from an arts elementary school because she showed nude sculptures in a class about the Renaissance that her parents thought were pornographic. I'm talking about the famous sculpture of David by Michelangelo, which was shown by Hope Caraschia. Meanwhile, the mayor of the city of Florence invited the woman to visit the city. She will see the sculpture live and receive a city award. 3. Researchers at the Texas Heart Institute in the US have shown that stem cells fight inflammation that leads to heart failure. Chronic heart failure affects 38 million people and leads to 1 million hospitalizations annually in the US and Europe. Hearts became much stronger, heart attacks and strokes were reduced by 58%, and in patients with severe inflammation by 75%. Cardiovascular deaths have been reduced. MPC cells are directly injected into the heart. They were tested on 565 patients for about 3 years. 4. A breakthrough in the use of artificial intelligence. Researchers from the University of Michigan have created an artificial intelligence that, based on photos, determines the genetic mutations of cancer in 1.5 minutes, which is crucial for the selection of therapy. Patients with brain cancer, which occurs in a different genetic version, were analyzed. Its treatment can extend the lives of patients from 1.5 years to 5 years, but requires hard-to-reach genetic tests of the resected tumor. The system, called deep glioma, was 90% correct in identifying the mutations present in the tumor. 5. The sign of the letter Z, associated with the Russian army, has exceptionally become a banned symbol in Germany, even without rulings of higher courts. A German man from Russia was fined €1,500 in Wiesbaden County for coming to work with a Z symbol on his shirt. 6. The Club of Rome, contrary to the United Nations, states that humanity will reach a population peak of 8.8 billion people earlier than expected, before 2050. According to the report, the number of people on Earth is to reach 8.8 billion in the fourth decade of the 21st century, and this will be the numerical peak of humanity. After it, according to demographic trends, the population of our planet is to begin to decrease. The British The Guardian, presenting the content of the report, adds, however, that stopping demographic growth may not reduce the pressure on natural resources due to excessive consumption of a wealthy minority. 7. China's largest logistics company OOCL halted deliveries to Russia moments after Jinping's visit to Moscow. She cited Western sanctions as the reason. She is not to handle goods or transshipments from Russian suppliers in any way. She even refused to send clothes to Vladivostok. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov says that Western countries, led by the US, are exerting open and brutal pressure on states that have not imposed illegal sanctions on Russia. 8. Between 2006 and 2018, American intelligence quotient test scores declined, ending an increase that began in 1932. Since the beginning of the 20th century, the West has seen a steady increase in IQ of about 0.5 points per year. After examining about 400 Americans, the researchers found that since 2006 there has been a decline in all but one of the categories studied, spatial reasoning. The differences were most significant in people aged 18 to 22. Researchers blame the deteriorating diet, the media, changes in education, or possibly the mismatch of tests with current realities. 9. Israel, the parliament rejected a motion of no confidence in the right-wing government. The largest trade union in the country announced the strike. 2 ports and Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv stopped work. Thousands of people protest in front of the parliament, and thousands more come to Jerusalem from all over the country. The protests intensified when Prime Minister Netanyahu dismissed the head of the Ministry of National Defense Joe Gallant for calling for a halt to the reform of the judiciary. Thank you for your attention. See you tomorrow. Bye.